Hello, I'm Doug Standel, and welcome to our YouTube channel. SpeedCove is a preformed code-based system that, when coated with epoxy, quickly creates the ultimate, seamless, and easy-to-clean floors. The following is a quick start outline recommending how to install our products. In this video, we will demonstrate our basic 4-step process of cutting, adhering, patching, and coating to ensure the best installation. First, let's cover the best recommended adhesives. There are basically 3 options for adhesives: fast dry, slow dry, or the least expensive. For fastest drying times, the 2-part joint and crack patch materials allow jobs to be done in one day or overnight. They are slightly more expensive, but are very popular with most contractors who want quicker job turnover and for their customers who want faster return to service. Most professional fast-drying joint and crack patch materials will work if they have a similar consistency of whipped cream or mayonnaise. In other words, not too thick or not too sticky. These are epoxy or polyurethane mixtures with at least 30 minutes of pot life, are easy to work with and easy to sand. Some faster drying industry favorites are General Polymers Original Fast Setting 3513 Epoxy Scratch Coat Mastic, currently known as Sherwin-Williams FT910 Steel Seams. Another is Cretus's Epoxy Easy Patch and Westcoat's EC72 Epoxy Patch Gel. The slow to medium dry time method is using polyurethane or urethane adhesives out of a bucket, tubes, or foil packs, and then spreading them with a notch trowel. It's a very common and inexpensive option for projects on a slower timeline or a tighter budget, and is the least technical. Some of the most popular slow-dry polyurethane adhesives are Sikaflex 1A, or the faster drying version, Sikaflex 11FC. And a new fast dry favorite is Titebond 771 Step. It's a hybrid polyurethane that never bubbles, off-gases, or expands like some polyurethanes can do. The least expensive option is also very popular with professionals who like to use up their leftover epoxies, primers, or polyurethanes mixed with a thickening agent like Cabosil, Aerosil, or Sika Extender T. They all simply turn liquids into a gel or a paste. These would be considered medium to slower speed dry times. When applied with a notch trowel, this is the same mixture professionals use to repair cracks and chips in their floors before applying the final finish. Fill all voids or gaps between drywall and floor with a fast-setting drywall mud or spackle to avoid condensation, mold, and mildew growth. Now let's go over how much adhesive you'll need. The recommended ratio of adhesive is approximately 1 gallon of material for every 100 linear feet of 4-inch SpeedCove, and approximately 1 gallon of material for every 75 linear feet of 6-inch SpeedCove. This ratio gives you enough to achieve a full spread on the back and the bottom, plus a thorough seal on the top joint and a small bead on the bottom smoothed over to hide the transition into the floor. A very important requirement is to always install all SpeedCove systems with a full spread of whatever adhesive you choose, leaving no hollow spots or voids where condensation can form behind the cove base and turn into mold or mildew. General subfloor preparation. All subfloors must be dry, clean, smooth, and structurally sound. The surface must be free of all dust, loose particles, solvent, paint, grease, oil, wax, alkali, sealing and curing compounds, old adhesive, and any other foreign material which could affect the installation and adhesive bond to the substrate. A moisture vapor suppression and/or epoxy primer may be required on the concrete substrate to ensure a proper and permanent bond. Consult your local coatings distributor or epoxy representative about the proper primers and moisture vapor suppression tests. It's also important to acclimate all SpeedCove systems to the temperature of the room it's being installed in. Let's cover the 4 basic steps of an installation. Step number 1. Cut the pieces and dry fit them. Measure and cut all pieces on a chop saw, making sure they fit into position before adding any adhesive. Now that the pieces all fit, take them back off and always start by gluing the inside corner first. Step 2. Apply the adhesive. Trowel a thin but full spread of adhesive on the back of the cove and a 1 1/4 inch wide spread on the floor up against the wall. Then press the pieces into the wall and the floor as tight as possible. As each piece is added, also place a bead of adhesive between every butt joint, then wipe away any excess glue, sealing and smoothing all joints thoroughly. Step 3. Patch all joints and seams. Now that all the joints are filled with adhesive, it's fastest to hide those seams and transitions with a 100% solids, non-shrinking material. This is usually the same material you would use gluing to the wall and the floor on those faster installs. Then sand any spots where needed and clean all surfaces with acetone or a similar solvent. If the wall and the floor are not smooth or flat, the ends may not line up. An easy fix is to slip a plastic or cardboard shim behind the lower side into the glue to bring the ends more flush for easy patching. Step 4. Apply the coating. Speedcove is a generic substrate that has to be coated with a solid color, waterproof and/or non-permeable finish. It is not a standalone product like the rubber vinyl cove bases that come in many colors. Coat the Speedcove completely with a commercial industrial color like the floor or a complementary color to the room. Unlike semi-transparent finishes, the solid color hides the patched seams and joints. We do not recommend bonding to FRP because it's a non-stick surface. Instead, we recommend cutting and removing the lower portion 1/8 of an inch higher than your cove base. Then cap that cut with the FRP J-mold termination strip. Then bond the cove base to the solid wall substrate behind the FRP and thoroughly bond the top of the cove base to the bottom of the J-mold termination strip as illustrated before coating. This creates a permanent, integral, waterproof transition between the FRP to the cove base and to the floor. That was the basic 4-step quick start installation process. If you need more information, refer to our full-length installation video or the short install tips videos that go into more specific detail. If this video was helpful, give us a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to our channel as we'll be adding more helpful videos soon. See you next time and happy coving.